Okay, now the next step now is to get the data to be displayed out here. So let's go back to shape DAO. Let's get rid of this entry here because it doesn't belong there. Let's save it. Let's run this again just to make sure. Okay, we get nothing. Now, the reason that we're getting nothing is here. Remember, we defined a list. There is a list here that we defined, but we never populate the list. So we're going to go here and say list.add. I'm going to add the GE. Let's save it. I don't need all these exceptions that are up here. I'll do a Control-Shift-O. Let's go back to the DAO now and let's run it. And here goes our data. Okay, so we've got the list of shapes here, and now this is actually coming from the outside world. Okay, and remember I said the cool thing about this is now we can control this data. Meaning that, let's say we only want to display the squares. I'm going to say here if geometric shape. I'm going to say here get shape name equals square. Then I want to print this out. Let's save it. Let's run this as a Java application. And notice that we only get the squares. Okay. So now we have control over this data, which is cool. We get to play around with it. We get to pick the ones that we want. And that DAO allows us to do this. If I had to do this inside of this code right here, it would get ugly. You know? So for here, the driver right here, I'm going to say here, what else let's say I wanted to do? Let's say I'm interested in shapes, square, and circle. I'll go here and say, or I'm running out of room. I'll hit enter. Enter here on the or so you can see everything here. And then I can say here, oops. Now you're getting squares or circles. Okay, so we'll keep continuing this. More examples. I'm hoping you find that the DAO access object is very useful. Again, you've got some business logic here that's got nothing to do with the internals of where the data came from. That's the whole idea of the DAO. So if we're looking from here, I can't tell if this came from a database. I can't tell if it came from a filing system like a spreadsheet. I can't tell where it comes from. The client code should have no idea where this data is coming from. Okay, when you're using a DAO, you just call it, you run the find all, it gets you back the data, you do whatever logic that you need to do against this data, and that's it. All right, with that, good luck, good coding. We'll continue in the next video.